What if a single conflict could literally shake the entire world economy? Seriously, think about it. What if just one narrow stretch of water could dictate the price of gas down the street, the stability of Europe, and even the future of global power? It's a staggering thought, right? But honestly, it's the exact reality we're facing today. Here we are in 2026, and tensions involving Iran have once again pushed the whole world right to the edge of uncertainty.
So, welcome to this explainer on the Iran crisis and the New World Order. Now, let's get one thing straight right out of the gate. This is not just some isolated regional dispute. No way. This is a massive global catalyst. The outcome of these 2026 tensions? It's highly likely to dictate the global balance of power for years, maybe even decades to come.
All right, here's our game plan for today. We're going to cover why Iran matters, zoom in on the Strait of Hormuz, look at U.S. and Iran relations, unpack the global economic impact, and finally ask, are we looking at a new world order?
Okay, let's jump right into part one. Why Iran matters.
So why does Iran command so much attention? Well, its profound influence really rests on four main strategic pillars. First off, geographically, it sits right at the crucial crossroads of the Middle East, bordering key countries and controlling access to some major shipping routes. Then economically, it holds some of the absolute largest energy reserves on the planet. But its influence goes way beyond just oil. As a major player in regional politics, it frequently finds itself at odds with Western nations and its own neighbors. It's a hugely complex dynamic.
And the crucial takeaway here is this. When tensions rise around Iran, those effects are felt way beyond the Middle East. You simply can't isolate its domestic geopolitics from the broader international community. The ripples touch all of us.
Which brings us to part two, the Strait of Hormuz.
Now, if you aren't familiar, the Strait of Hormuz is this incredibly narrow waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the rest of the world. And because it serves as the route for a massive portion of global oil shipments, it acts as the literal bottleneck for international energy transportation. I mean, there is simply no working around it. It's the ultimate choke point. Because of that, when trouble brews in the strait, we see an immediate domino effect. It's like clockwork. Step 1, shipping gets disrupted, instantly stripping supply from the market. Step 2, energy prices shoot up rapidly. Step 3, that spike drives up transportation and logistics costs across the board. And step 4, well, those costs ultimately land right on the consumer. That is the direct line from a distant geopolitical tension straight to the price of your grocery. To put it simply, because what happens here absolutely does not stay here. And honestly, this is exactly why every single military exercise and diplomatic statement involving Iran is watched so obsessively by global markets.
Moving on to part 3, U.S. and Iran relations.
Now, for decades, the relationship between the U.S. and Iran has been this crazy pendulum swinging between tension and diplomacy. It's a constant push and pull defined by heavy sanctions, really intense negotiations, and ongoing regional disputes. Throw in mounting pressure from allies and totally shifting domestic politics on both sides, and you've got a massive web of competing interests. It's never just two actors sitting in a room. It's the whole shebang. Which leads us to the core diplomatic challenge of our time. How can both sides avoid escalation while still protecting their own interests? It's basically a high-stakes tightrope walk. And that's exactly why every single meeting between these nations commands immediate global attention. One slip and everything shifts.
That takes us right into part 4, global economic impact.
Look, if there's one thing markets absolutely despise, it's uncertainty. When tensions flare, oil prices almost always react first. But that economic ripple effect spreads so much further. Higher energy costs directly infect manufacturing. They bog down global transportation and logistics. They drive up food prices, and ultimately, they drag down everyday consumer spending. The entire global supply chain is just hypersensitive to any shockwaves coming out of the Middle East.
So, in today's super interconnected world, a crisis thousands of miles away can and does impact families almost everywhere. The stakes extend way beyond international politics. They literally dictate the limits of your family's budget. It's that real.
And finally, part 5, a new world order. A lot of analysts out there actually believe we're entering a completely new era. We're witnessing a shifting paradigm where global power is becoming way more distributed, moving away from that old single superpower model. We're seeing new alliances emerging globally, and technology is just rapidly transforming the very nature of warfare, diplomacy, and economics. So the Iran crisis, it isn't just a regional conflict anymore. It's a critical stress test of this much broader shift in global power.
So the pressing question isn't just what happens next. The real question is, who is going to shape the future international system? Will the United States maintain its historical position? Will regional powers step up and start dictating terms in their own backyards? Or are we moving toward a totally new balance with multiple centers of influence all over the map? Make no mistake, the decisions being made right now are going to write the rules for the next decade of international relations.
Fundamentally, this Iran crisis is about energy, economics, security, and the future direction of global politics. Whether tensions ease up or escalate, the whole world is going to be watching. Because in our highly interconnected age, events in one specific region will absolutely affect billions of people.
Which leaves us with this. Could this crisis actually reshape the entire world order? It's arguably the defining question of the decade, and it's definitely one we're going to be watching so closely as the facts continue to unfold. Keep analyzing, keep asking questions, and hey, thank you so much for joining us for this explainer.